cards on the table here. I am an ex-Cato guy. I spent a dozen years as a senior fellow there working on surveillance issues. I was an editor at Reason. And so, I've come from that community. And over the past 8 years, maybe this is an experience that will resonate for you. I have kind of watched people I regarded as colleagues and sort of fellow travelers react in a couple of ways, one of which is more or less mine, which is, this is horrific and authoritarian. This is all the reasons we always said you need to be cautious how much power you give the government, because someone like this might get hold of it. And another, probably the other half of the folks I used to think, I agreed with about a lot of political matters, at least, have, with apologies to UNESCO, kind of grown the rhinoceros horn and become cheerleaders for it. And I wonder if you in sort of Silicon Valley had something of a similar experience. That is, I'm wondering when you sort of just in conversation with folks who were wealthy and powerful, started saying to yourself, I thought I had a sense of, how these guys thought, but they are into some weird ideas that do not strike me as healthy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, people change, right? A lot of these figures in Silicon Valley, these people who sort of attach themselves to the ideas of like Curtis Yarvin. I mean, a lot of them started out like, it was like genuinely like center left, like liberal people, right? I think that like did genuinely get outraged by the Muslim ban, in the first Trump administration. So you get these people and they build this entire identity, right, about sort of being sort of these, the kind of the future. We're building the future here in Santa Clara Valley. Everyone thought that like Mark Andreessen's like software is eating the world, right? I mean, this sense that like we are the new philosopher kings, right? Like, so and I think what happened was like Silicon Valley kind of ran into a bunch of different social forces that moved against it. After Donald Trump won the election in 2016, people will remember this. Remember, you had the Cambridge Analytica scandal with like Facebook. This was sort of like one of the sort of moments at which I think both the left in particular kind of like turned against Silicon Valley in a big way after the Cambridge Analytica scandal. And Silicon Valley kind of felt that.